All right, we are back here ready to get started at the Century Center in South Bend, Indiana. The very first EAFL National Championship. Jim Grieshaber, Frankie Saenz, UFC Bantamweight. Frankie,
Let's take a look at the R-Bar tail of the tape.
the California Krakens against the Indiana Immortals. State versus state, amateur MMA. What a great format, and we're going to see some great fighting on display here tonight with state pride on the line between these two teams. Frankie, to get it going, David Lopez for California fighting out of the red corner, and Josh Mann for Indiana fighting out of the blue.
Well, we got takedown started early here, Jim.
This Indiana team is very aggressive. They'll come forward. They'll fight you tooth and nail. They will not lay back, literally, in these fights. They're aggressive. They're blue collar. They come after you hard. California, maybe the more skilled team. And David Lopez is a guy we've seen before, Frankie, a really good wrestler, has been working very hard on his stand-up. He has everything that he can to get better day in and day out. He broke his ankle in late December, early January. Head coach Sam Alvey told us he worked really hard to get ready. Just got back on the mats in January, late January.
Yeah, kind of put himself in a little bit of trouble here, Jim. Had good top position, rolled here, could have an arm bar.
That's what he's working for on Mann. Mann also a good wrestler.
That's tight, Jim.
A lot of grappling. That armbar's tight.
Oh, he's out.
Out. Lopez was victorious for California against Arizona. The night the Krakens earned their way here to South Bend for the national championship. Took on Brandon Olivas in that one. These guys, of course, are flyweights at 125. A lot of grappling going on here early.
Yeah, typical wrestler versus wrestler. We've seen it right out the gate. These guys right on each other. Man looking for that takedown up against the fence. Trying to secure that double leg.
Meanwhile, Lopez under that chin again. Constantly working. Has Mann up against the fence. Working that takedown. Going for that single. Can't quite get it.
Yeah, Lopez is in kind of a bad position here. He kind of has his head down. He's kind of turned a little bit to him. It's kind of a scramble. They're both kind of stuck right here. Not willing to let go of what they got.
You don't want to give up your back if you're Lopez.
Yeah.
Gets side control now. Good job by Lopez.
Yeah, nice transition there. He has good position.
And, of course, he's right in front of his coaches, Sam Alvey and, of course, Tom Galicchio, UFC fighters, out of Team Quest in Temecula, California, Dan Henderson's gym and team. Interesting, too, was Sam Alvey, a UFC fighter, Todd Brown, a former UFC fighter, these two coaches for California and Indiana, respectively. Didn't think we'd see a lot of grappling here in this one with the transitions. We thought we'd see takedowns and ground and pound, but some pretty decent grappling.
Yeah.
Here as we approach 10 seconds remaining in round number one. 3-round fight. Good way to end it for David Lopez. And that's the end of round number one. So Lopez probably did more in that round than Mann did.
Yeah, good round of grappling. He wins a lot of the scrambles. That's kind of what I think gave him that first round, and he kind of just came out on top of a lot of those scrambles.
As we get set for round two, David Lopez and Josh Mann, the 26-year-old Californian, against the 28-year-old from Indiana. He's the only one on this team who does not train on his head coach's team, Todd Brown, which is Todd's Bulldog fight team, but he fights out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Lee Brothers Submission Academy, so his grappling is pretty high level.
Yeah, Lopez got him up here against the fence again. Got him in the air with this double leg. Let's see that control on the way down.
Nice job by Lopez.
These Team Quest guys, they transition real well as well. He's in on this takedown. I expect he's going to come out, pull his head out, and establish good position on top with Mann up against the fence.
Lopez likes to go for the finish, his head coach Sam Alvey told us today. Always looking for a way to finish his opponent. Josh Mann fighting for his back, which is exactly what his coach Todd Brown does not want to see any of his guys do. He said, we don't fight from our backs. You'll see us on top or on the feet, but we're not guys who fight off our backs. I guess Mann would be one of the lone exceptions to that because he's so good at grappling. And he trains at a submission academy. Now Lopez taking the back of Mann.
You go getting right in that transition. He's looking to transition right into a triangle here, which he has that arm trapped. He's really just got to get those hips shifted to the other side. He has that triangle locked up. He just got to get to the other side.
Iron grip from David Lopez with those legs around the upper extremities of Josh Mann. He's got that arm trapped, as you said. Staying busy as Mann, trying to work his way out of it.
Oh, nice.
And now he does. Good job by Josh Mann.
Popped his head out. Let's see if he can take advantage here.
Oh, Lopez with a big knee.
Yeah, that was right to the shoulder. Kind of got a good view here. Missed his head, hit him right in the shoulder. But now he's backed up against the fence.
Knee to the head on the ground, of course. No bueno. Going for the slam as Mann kind of got half of one.
Nice takedown by Mann. He needs to take advantage of this position right here. He's on top. He has his back. He's a little too high, though.
Yeah.
He needs to settle back. He needs to get behind the arms and establish position here.
A lot of grappling in this matchup, and right back on the cage floor is where they end up this opening matchup of the 2017 EAFL National Championship here in South Bend, Indiana. Jim Grieshaber, Frankie Saenz. Round 2 between David Lopez and Josh Mann at flyweight. Lopez of Team California and Mann of Team Indiana. The Krakens and the Immortals. Tough position now for Lopez to be in, but he manages to fight off the choke attempt. Now looking to spin back into top. Can't do it. Under 10 seconds remaining in the round. And Josh Mann with an impressive performance in round number 2. Maybe pulling his way even in this fight. Very close first round as well. So 2 rounds in the books, Frankie, in this opening matchup at flyweight. California's David Lopez and Indiana's Josh Mann. Todd Brown telling us that we wouldn't see a lot of striking from Josh Mann, so I think we're probably going to see more of the same here in this 3rd round.
You know, and it's tough coming back from injuries. You know, Lopez said, or his coach has said that he had a broken ankle, you know, before coming into this fight. You know, and just having confidence to be able to perform on that ankle, you know, is something you got to come back from.
It's his first fight since the ankle was broken in late December, early January. There's a couple nice strikes landed by both guys here. Big left landed by Lopez, and right back down they go as Mann shot in on that leg of Lopez.
Yeah, right on that single. Let's see.
Nice job by Lopez to kick out. You can see the redness around the right eye and nose of Josh Mann from a couple of nice strikes landed by David Lopez of California in the blue trunks out of the red corner. White trunks, blue corner for Josh Mann of the Indiana Immortals in this first matchup here tonight, the 2017 EAFL National Championship. And another right hand landed by Lopez. Almost got the front kick under the chin of Mann.
See, both these guys are wrestlers. It was nice to see, you know, that transition from amateur to pro. Ooh, nice landed. 2
big right hands landed by Lopez. Mann shot in for the single leg again, unable to get it. Lopez continuing to pound away in that kidney area and, of course, the side of the face and the temple of Josh Mann.
Yeah, Mann's on that single. He needs to come up. You know, he can't hang out. You know, whenever you get on the legs, you cannot stay on the ground and keep that head on the mat. You have to transition into something else. You know, otherwise you're just going to get beat up like this.
Those hammer fists take their toll, and they hurt after a while, and I think I see a little bit of blood. I don't know if that's from the arm of Lopez or the side of the face of Mann. Mann's a little beat up now, Frankie. Looks wobbly and a little bit tired out there. Lopez looking more fresh and ready to roll right now than his opponent.
Yeah, Mann is looking pretty tired. I mean, they had a lot of grappling these first couple rounds. Even this round.
Great sprawl by Lopez.
That's how Lopez wins. You know, he stays on top. He just kind of stays real basic. You know, he's going to keep good position. He's not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize position, and he's going to win the rounds. He has nice defense here with a little body whizzer. He's on a single. Mann's really not doing much here. So Lopez really doesn't have to do much either but control that head.
And also, with 3 3-minute rounds, obviously the 3-minute round's a lot quicker. You have a lot less time to do things and get things accomplished. This round is already almost 2/3 of the way over, and therefore the end of the fight is approaching rapidly for Josh Mann, who's got to do something to get the win for Indiana here. Nice job by Lopez to take him right back down to the ground.
Yeah, right in that front headlock, and he transferred right over the top. The ref's going to give him his mouthpiece back.
Under 10 left in the fight. David Lopez of California finishing on top, raining down blows on Josh Mann of Indiana. And David Lopez of the California Kraken's very impressive in his return to the cage for the first time since breaking his ankle toward the end of last year. Sam Alvey, his coach, very happy with that performance as he came in and patted him on the back, Frankie, and David came by and gave us a couple of thumbs up. He's happy with his performance, and I think he should be. It looks like California will get on the board first, and my first guess would be unanimous decision would be 4 points.
And in the 3 rounds, the judges have scored this unanimous decision, 29-28, 29-28, and 29-28 for David Lopez.
And there you have it. The 125-pound EAFL national champ is David Lopez.